Hello, 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 hello. A B C D E F G A B C E Stop streaming. Stop streaming. Um, 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 okay. Mic testing. Mic testing. Mic testing. Mic testing. Testing. Mic testing. Audio input capture. Audio input capture. Audio input capture. Audio input capture. Capture. 24 decibels. Audio input capture. 24 decibels. 24 decibels. Ooh, ooh. Class will start soon. Class will start soon. Ooh, class will start soon. two, three, one, 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 two, three. Hello. One, two, three, one, two, three. Hello. हाँ हेलो। ये जो इको बहुत आ रहा है ना, एक बार आप स्क्रीन को देख लेते। आप साउंड। हेलो 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 हेलो। अब आ रहे हैं अच्छे से? इसको ऑन रखोगे। हाँ हाँ। ग्रीन रहेगा। हाँ। ऐसा। वन टू थ्री फोर। हाँ। रुको रुको, चेक चेक करो। हाँ मुझे वन टू थ्री फोर। हाँ वन टू थ्री फोर। बंद करो। 1 2 3 4। आवाज नहीं आ रहा। 1 2 3 4। हाँ हाँ, अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है, चल गए।
So let us start with the final leg of geography, that is with the APPCS part, natural geography. Just a second. Yeah. So first of all, open the atlas. Open the atlas. And from this part, you can expect many questions, particularly in geography. So we have already seen the highest peak, right? When we were looking into India, we have seen the Sikkim part, Kanchenjunga we have marked. Have we marked Kanchenjunga? The highest peak of India, highest Himalayan peak of India. Highest Himalayan peak of India we have seen. Now let us come to the Arunachal Pradesh. And when we see Arunachal Pradesh, then Arunachal Pradesh has different types of geography. For example, it has the highest peaks as well, some of the highest peaks. That goes beyond 6,500 meters, 6,000 meters, that is above the snow line. The highest peak of Arunachal, Kanto, is around 7,000 meters. Then, if you see the middle Himalayan ranges, you can see middle Himalayan ranges which has around 4,000, 3,500 to 4,000 meters high. So there we can see the tree line as well. And then towards the base of the or the foothills of the Shivalik, we can see the 100 meters plain region as well. Okay. In Arunachal Pradesh. So we have the plain region as well near Dibang, near Tezu. So in all this region we have the plain areas as well. So if we see all of this area, then we can see then we can see the different types of topographies as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. But we have seen that Arunachal Pradesh forms the part of the eastern Himalayas, right? And the hills that it is divided into is basically Dafla, Miri, Abor, and Mishmi. So highlight this: Dafla, Miri, Abor, and Mishmi. Dafla, Miri, Abor, and Mishmi from west to east. From west to east, we can see these four hills. And when we see the Purvanchal Hill Complex, then Purvanchal Hill Complex also starts from the Arunachal Pradesh, starting from the Patkai Boom region, right? So Patkai Boom, then Naga Hills, then Manipur Hills, and then Mizo Hills. So highlight Patkai Boom range in Arunachal Pradesh, the Purvanchal Hill Complex part, the Purvanchal Hill Complex part, and we have seen Brahmaputra originating from Chemyangdong Glacier, taking a turn from nearby, taking a U-turn nearby Namcha Barwa, and then entering through Yongyap Pass as Dihang. It enters into India as Dihang. Okay, so that becomes important for us. This is Brahmaputra, which is entering as Dihang or Siang, right? So Dihang or Siang is the Brahmaputra river, right? So highlight all this. Then we have also highlighted the passes, particularly Bumla. Highlight Bumla in Tawang, Bumla, then Sela. And Sela Pass is important for us from current affairs point of view because it recently a tunnel along with the along with the connecting route has been opened in Sela, which is of 12 kilometers long in total. The tunnel plus the roads, link road. Whole of that is 12 kilometers long. So nearby Sela, you can see this Sela tunnel. Okay, Sela tunnel is there. Then few of the places that you need to highlight Tawang, Tawang. Then highlight Bomdila, Bomdila. South of Sela, you can see Bomdila, Itanagar already. South of Dafla Hills, we have Itanagar. Then in the Miri Hills, highlight zero, zero. Then towards the east, highlight Pasighat, Pasighat, highlight Anini, Anini. Let's wait for a few seconds.
चलिए चलिए हेलो अब एक बार फिर
हेलो, अब ठीक है? हेलो, 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 माइक चेक, हेलो, हेलो. Let's wait for the mic check. Is it good now? So, highlight Bomdila, Pasighat, we have already highlighted towards the eastern section. Anini, highlight Anini. Then highlight Dipper Pass. Dipper Pass in Anjar district. Dipper Pass, Difu Pass or Dipper Pass. Difu Pass or Dipper Pass. Is it given in Oxford? Difu Pass? No. Right here towards the easternmost section of Arunachal Pradesh, we have Difu Pass or Differ Pass, Dipher, in Anjar district, the easternmost district. Differ Pass. Then highlight Teju as well. Teju. And then Chaukan Pass. Chaukan Pass in this area, Chaukan Pass. It connects Arunachal Pradesh to Myanmar. Differ Pass connects Arunachal Pradesh to Myanmar. Okay. We need to remember all these things, all these details as far as which pass connect which section with which country. We need to know this. Okay. For example, how many districts are there in Arunachal Pradesh? 26. Some sources are saying, government sources are saying that there are 28 districts. Okay, because recent districts have been, for example, I brought this map. Let us look at this map. So if we see this This has 28 districts. Okay, this is in the maps of India. So 28 districts are there. Now we know the westernmost district and the easternmost district. Westernmost district is Tawang. Right? Easternmost district is Punjab. Okay, these are the two east to west extent of Arunachal Pradesh. If you see the southernmost district is Langding, northernmost district is Dibang Valley. So you should know this as well, the northernmost and the southernmost. Then you need to see how many districts shares international borders, or how many districts doesn't share international borders. You should have a number. Out of 28 districts, which all districts are landlocked, that is lies completely in the state boundary, which of the districts shares international border, which of the district does not share international border, that we should know. Okay, so let us start with the first physical part we have marked, right? As far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. Now let us look at the basic data related to Arunachal Pradesh, that is in terms of area. So if we see Arunachal Pradesh in terms of area, then it has around 81,000 square kilometers area. Huge area, 83,743 square kilometer is the area as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. So area wise, huge area. Okay. In terms of number, it is the largest northeastern state in terms of area. And overall, if we see India, then 15th is the ranking as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. Which state is the largest Indian state in terms of area? Rajasthan. Rajasthan is the largest in terms of area, and largest state in terms of population. UP, 25 crore people as per 2011 census. But by 2026, definitely it is going to cross 30 crores. Okay, such huge is the population as far as UP. In terms of population, UP itself should be divided into 5 another states. Such huge is the population, and in polity, I guess you will read about census is linked to geography. And census exercise has started. Yesterday, I was listening one announcement related to special intensive revision. It is starting from today. Is it starting from today? Because some announcement was going on. I was standing in the balcony at around 7:30, and that announcement was that the special intensive revision is going to happen. They will come at the houses. They will cross-check whether you are from this region or not. Such kind of things they were announcing. So I thought that it is starting from today. Okay, I have not read the newspaper as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned, but that announcement was there. So if you see, in terms of population, one of the least populated and the least densely populated state is Arunachal Pradesh. And the reason behind that is it has more than 80% forest cover. Arunachal Pradesh, if you see in terms of area, 80% of the area has forest cover. So definitely the population density is going to decrease. Because when we see the non-forested region, the plain region, the comparatively urban areas like UP, significantly less forested cover and significantly high population. That is the scenario as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. And as far as its northernmost and southernmost extent is concerned, approximately it is from 26.5 degree north to 29.5 degree north. And we know the northernmost district is Dibang Valley. And Dibang Valley is also the largest district. It is the largest district. And the southernmost extent is Longding. Okay. That is there. The westernmost extent of Arunachal Pradesh is 91.5 degree. That is Tawang. So it has huge east-west stretch. So that is there. And Tawang, if you see, Tawang is the smallest district with only 2,000 square kilometer area. Okay. So it is the smallest district. And the easternmost extent is 97.5 degree east. That is Anjar district. And Anjao is at the Anjao district has the tri-junction of India, Myanmar, and China. Okay, so that we need to understand. So this is the overall basics of Arunachal Pradesh. Second, if we see, it has definitely very long strategic border as far as China is concerned. This border, very long strategic border, and when you will see post-independence history, you will see the role of Arunachal Pradesh that it had played to save this part, despite India losing in 1962 Sino-India. So significant save was done by Arunachal Pradesh during the time of 1962 Sino-India war. Punjab, we already know that it is the first sunrise in India happens in this place, easternmost district. And if we see the hydrological source as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned, then because of Brahmaputra and its tributaries, Brahmaputra has significantly large number of tributaries. For example, Lohit is there, Subansiri is there, Manas is there, then Kameng is there, Dhansari is there, Upili is there. Lots of tributaries are there as far as Brahmaputra is concerned. So that's why it has huge hydrological source. But that is not the only reason, because it flows through Assam also. The slope that Arunachal Pradesh has leads it to having hydroelectric power projects as well. Because we have seen that for building of dam, what is required? Suppose you are building a dam in a slope region, then what can you do? You can form a reservoir, you can make a reservoir, and towards the slope region, you can install the turbine, which can generate electrical energy from the mechanical energy. So that is also there as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. Only problem is it is seismically active. So dam has to be built with great care. For example, China is building its largest dam. I think we have discussed this. China is building its largest and also the world's largest dam in Namcha Barbar region. Okay. What will happen because of this? In Namcha Barbar region means in the Brahmaputra river. What will happen because of that? It will control the flow of the water. Suppose more rainfall is happening, it will release the water, and then what will happen to Arunachal Pradesh? More amount of water is going to come, which can lead to flood situation. So definitely, we also want to control those waters. That's why we are planning our dam also in Siang Valley. Okay. We are also planning a dam such that even if China releases the water, we can control the water in Siang region. And then we can let it flow. So that is also there. This we have already discussed that there are 7,000 meters high snow peaks and also the plain region towards the eastern section of Arunachal Pradesh. Huge extent is there. And because of such variation in terms of slope, we have alpine or tundra type of climate as well, which remains snow covered throughout the year because of its latitudinal extent as well, but not only because of the latitudinal extent, it is the altitude that is determining its snow cover. Okay, and also the temperate region, that is when you see the slope from around 300 meters, we have seen the Itanagar's altitude, right? How much it is? Itanagar's elevation is 300 meters from the mean sea level, above the mean sea level. So from 300 meters to 4,000 meters, we have we have temperate type of climate. For example, if you see zero is a good example of temperate type of climate. Forest cover is there, low temperature is there, that is temperate type of climate. In zero, hardly you will see throughout the year. Throughout the year, snowfall doesn't happen in zero. Snow cover doesn't happen in zero, right? So that is there. Then we have towards the foothills, we have dense forest and subtropical humid type of climate as well. That's why when we talk about Namdapa National Park, the Namdapa has almost all the types of climate, covering from the tropical up till the tundra type of climate. Huge variation is there in case of Namdapa, and I have told you this question was there in UPSC, and the options were Namdapa one option and Valley of Flowers was another option. Okay, I did that question wrong in the examination. I think it came in 2017. So this question was there. And I was confused that whether Namdaka has all types of climate or but that was my silly mistake again because of the lack of revision at that period of time. That was my second time. Okay. And like you, I also didn't do the MCQ practice and PYQ practice at that period of time. So what happened because of that? I got confused that whether in Valley of Flowers also. Why I got confused? Let me tell you this thing as well. I thought if flowers are there, there is a possibility that there might be rainfall as well. So because of that, I marked the question incorrectly. Valley of Flowers lies in which state? Uttarakhand. It is in Uttarakhand, but it lies in elevated region, above 5,000 meters. That's why shrubs are there. Had I applied that logic, or had I come to Arunachal Pradesh prior to my attempt, I would have marked Mahamdapa correctly. There was another question in UPSC. Back to back questions were coming from Arunachal Pradesh in UPSC at that period of time, 2016, 17, 18. Another question related to Pakhui National Park was there. Okay. So Pakhui National Park, that in which of the national park you will be able to find the tiger population? This question was there. Pakhui National Park is tiger reserve as well, right? We have tigers, significant amount of tiger population in Pakhui as well. Then we have, I think this question was not there in UPSC, but in some of the state pieces I have seen this question that 4 out of 7 feline species are found in Arunachal Pradesh. And we have discussed this, right? Tiger is found, snow leopard is found, clouded leopard is found. What is not found? Lion is not found, right? Panther is not found, cheetah is not found. And Puma and jaguar is not found in India itself. Right? So when we say tiger range countries, that in what all countries tigers are found? Tigers are found in 13 countries in the world. And India has one of the largest tiger population. Arunachal Pradesh is having significant amount of tiger. Although if you compare it with Karnataka or Madhya Pradesh, then it has or Uttarakhand, then it has less population. Otherwise, it also has significant amount of tiger population. Okay. So that you need to link with environment as well. Okay. The tiger population. So this is there. Then passes we have already seen, right? We have seen the Bumla, we have marked Bumla, we have marked Sela, Bomdila, then Difu Pass at the tri-junction of India, China and Myanmar. Pangsau we have not marked, but it is also there in the Myanmar border. Pangsau is there in Myanmar border in this region. Okay. So this is there, Sitwell Road. And what is the significance of Sitwell Road? Sitwell Road. It is linked to World War II because from this side the Japanese army entered towards the Manipur region. So Sitwell Road is important. Then highest peak when we see, highest peak is Kangto. Kangto is the highest peak. After that, Gorichan is the second highest peak. So Kangto is 7,000 plus meter, 7,000 plus meter, and Gorichan is 6,588 meter or 6,600 meter. And if I ask you one question, that the highest peak of Arunachal Pradesh is higher than the highest peak of Andes. True or false? True or false? Yes. How many for true? How many for false? Now tell me, what is the highest peak of Andes? Highest peak of Andes, do you remember? Near Chile, we marked yesterday, Aconcagua, Co-Aconcagua, Mount Aconcagua. What was the height of Aconcagua yesterday? 6,959 meters. So definitely it is lower than the Kangto. Okay. So even the highest peak of Andes is lower than the Kangto. And Again, if I ask you another question, the highest peak of Alps is higher than, or let's say, is lower than Goricha. Highest peak of Alps is lower than Goricha. True or false? Yes. Highest peak of Alps. Alps, you, what the location of Alps? Near Switzerland border, Switzerland, Italy. What was the highest peak? Near Alps, Alps, in Alps. Remember Mont Blanc? Mont Blanc. And what was the height? Around 4,800 meters. It is significantly less than the Goricha. And remember one thing. In Himalayas, how many peaks do we have that are 8,000 meters high? 14 peaks have 14 peaks are there which are 8,000 plus meters high, right? And nowhere in the other parts of the world, apart from Asia, we have peaks which are higher than 7,000 meters. Nowhere else. That's why Kanto becomes significantly high. So in this region only you will see peaks which are higher than 7,000 meters. Okay. And in Arunachal Pradesh, there is one peak that is Kanto, 7,000 plus meters. Okay. So this is there. As far as Kanto is concerned, we have already marked Sela, and then we have marked Bomdila as well. Bomdila as well we have marked. Then we will talk about the biodiversity later. So this is the thing that you need to remember as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. Now see which all states or which all districts does not form the boundary with any other country. For example, if I say here, how to spend pencil. Just a minute. Here. Now see. Now see this. So how many states, how many districts doesn't share boundary with any other country? So this Pakke doesn't share boundary, Itanagar doesn't share boundary. Or let's see first which state shares boundary. Which state shares boundary? West Kamang shares with Bhutan, Tawang shares, East Kameng shares, then Kurung Valley, Kurung Kume shares, Kradadi shares, Upper Subansari shares, Shivami shares, Upper Siang shares, Dibang Valley shares, Lower Dibang shares, Anjao shares, Changlang shares, then Tirap shares, and Longding shares. Right? All of them shares boundary. So which doesn't share boundary? Lohit doesn't share, Namsai doesn't share, then lower Dibang is share. Then East Siang doesn't share, Siang doesn't share, West Siang doesn't share, Leparada doesn't share, Lower Siang doesn't share, Kamle doesn't share, Lower Subansiri doesn't share, Papampara doesn't share. Right? Now we have to count the numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 28 shares boundary with the other countries. Okay, so write down or start from here. Start from here. Just a second. Just a second. Start from here. Give subheading Arunachal Pradesh. Write these facts. Arunachal Pradesh has an area of Arunachal Pradesh has an area of 83,000 83,700 83,743 square kilometers. 83,743 square kilometers. It is the largest northeastern state. It is the largest northeastern state and 15th largest in terms of India. In terms of area, 15th largest in terms of area in India. In terms of area in India. Then write this one. Its westernmost extent is westernmost extent is 91.5 degree east, 91.5 degree east in Tawang district. In Tawang district. Next point. Easternmost extent 97.5 degree east, 97.5 degree east. In which district? Which district is there? Anjao district. This is also the easternmost extent of India. Anjao, easternmost extent of India. Then northernmost extent of Arunachal Pradesh. Northernmost extent of Arunachal Pradesh. 29.5 degree north. 29.5 degree north. In which district? Dibang Valley. Dibang Valley. Southernmost extent is 26.5 degree north. 26.5 degree north of equator. Which district? Long Bay district. Any of you belong to any of the 4 districts? No. All of you are from Itanagar? Itanagar district only? Proper? Zero? So you should know about your districts as well. Okay. Prepare a short note related to your district. What all tribes you can find there? What all species you can find there? Is there any wildlife sanctuary or national park, any protected area network? And what is the cultural significance of the district? That you have to see. Okay, prepare those things because then you can use them, utilize them in the answers. Okay. So this is there. Now if I say that Arunachal Pradesh completely lies in the subtropical zone, is it true? Completely lies in the subtropical zone. True? It is true. Because it is north of 23.5 degree. North of Tropic of Cancer. So write down. Arunachal Pradesh completely lies in the subtropical zone. Completely lies in the subtropical zone. In terms of latitude, as it is north of Tropic of Cancer. North of Tropic of Cancer. So this is there. Then next sentence further right. Arunachal Pradesh has 28 districts. 28 districts. The biggest one is Dibang Valley. Biggest one is Dibang Valley, or the largest one is Dibang Valley. And the smallest is Tawang. Smallest is Tawang. So there is slight variation in this map in this region particularly. This was because I used the original image to generate the AI based image and then some variation happened. So this exact image is not the exact representation. This image is the exact representation of districts. The districts if we have to see, then this you should remember. This is the exact number of districts. So here right now, 14 districts shares international border. Two with Bhutan. That is Tawang and West Kameng. Two with Bhutan, that is Tawang and West Kameng. Then four with Myanmar. That is Punjab, Changlang, Tirap, and Langding. Punjab, Changlang, Tirap, and Langding. So how many districts shares boundary with China? Hmm? 8? No. You are simply subtracting the number of districts. See here, Tawang is sharing border with both China and Bhutan. Right? Both China and Bhutan. And here, Punjab is sharing border with both China and Myanmar. So how many districts are sharing border with China? 10 districts. 10 districts are sharing border with China. Write down 10 districts. Shares border with China. With the smallest border with China is of Lower Dibang Valley. Smallest border is of Lower Dibang Valley. So this is there as far as. Then which districts can we say is completely landlocked, that is doesn't share international border, nor shares border with any other states? So that is, one is Itanagar. Itanagar capital. What is the full name of Itanagar district? Itanagar Capital Complex, right? Huh? Itanagar Capital Complex or something is there. Some complex is there. The name of full Itanagar district. Huh? I see. C is what? C is capital only, right? Itanagar capital region. Okay. I see. So Itanagar is there one. Then, then if you see West Siang is there, Siang is there. One, two, three. Three districts are completely landlocked. Right now, oh, zero is there. Zero. Lower Subansiri is there. Lower Subansiri is also. Four districts. Four districts are completely landlocked. No, five is there. This Leparada is also there. Five districts. Five districts are completely landlocked. Five districts are completely landlocked. That is, they neither share international boundary. They neither share international boundary nor share state boundary. Nor share boundary with any state. Nor share boundary with any state. Write the names as well. Itanagar, Itanagar, then Lower Subansiri, Itanagar, Lower Subansiri, then Siang and West Siang, Siang and West Siang, and Leparada. Leparada. I think this is the pronunciation, Leparada. Leparada is also. Is anybody from the Leparada? No? Leparada. Okay. So these are the major districts administrative setup that you need to see. Okay. Then further right, Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh has almost 80% forest cover. Has almost 80% forest cover. 80% forest cover. And hence lots of national parks, wildlife sanctuary, national park, wildlife sanctuary, comma, one biosphere reserve, biosphere reserve, and two biodiversity hotspot area is also there. Two biodiversity hotspot area is also there. So this is there. And we will enlist them later on. The biosphere reserves and the wildlife sanctuaries that is found in this region. And further right, Arunachal Pradesh has Arunachal Pradesh has wide relief range or wide topographical range. Arunachal Pradesh has wide topographical range with high peaks in the northern section. High peaks in the northern section. High peaks in the northern section. Whereas plain region in the foothills of Shivaliks. Plain region in the foothills of Shivaliks. The highest peak of Arunachal Pradesh is, write down, Kangtok. The highest peak of Arunachal Pradesh is Kangtok. Kangto, Kangto, with a height of 7060 meters. 7060 meters. Kangto's height is 7060 meters. Second highest is Gorichain. Gorichain, that is 6588 meter. This is the second highest peak. Second highest peak. Arunachal Pradesh has all the three parallel ranges of Himalaya. All the three parallel ranges of Himalaya. And also towards the eastern side, Purvanchal Hill complex starts from here. Purvanchal Hill complex starts from here. That is Patkai Bo. Patkai Bo. West to east extent of hills in Arunachal Pradesh. West to east extent of hills in Arunachal Pradesh is Dafla, Miri, Abor, and Mishmi. Dafla, Miri, Abor, and Mishmi. Okay. So this is the overall physiography of Arunachal Pradesh. Now let us look at the drainage system. So when we see the drainage, we have seen the origin of Brahmaputra. From where does Brahmaputra originates? Near which lake? Mansarovar. Near Lake Mansarovar, there is a glacier in Kailash range named as Chemyangdung Glacier. Right? Chemyangdung Glacier. I think we wrote about this in drainage system. We have written about this, that from where does it originate, and then I told you that rest of the things we will see in northeastern geography, right? So it originates from Chemyangdung Glacier, flows as, what is the name in China? Yarlung Sangpo. Flows as Yarlung Sangpo towards the east, flows up till Namcha Barwa. Namcha Barwa is the which syntaxial point? Second syntaxial point, eastern syntaxial point. First syntaxial point we saw in which region? Nearby Nanga Parbat. Nearby Nanga Parbat is not the actual syntaxial point. The point of contact was Lato in Kargil. Yeah, right? So Kargil was the syntaxial point. North of that we can see Nanga Parbat. Nanga Parbat, if you see, Nanga Parbat and K2, they lie in almost Trans-Himalayan. K2 is completely in Trans-Himalayan, in Karakoram ranges. Nanga Parbat is also in Trans-Himalayan. In Arunachal Pradesh, do we have Trans-Himalayas? No. We have towards the northern section near Namcha Barwa, because Namcha Barwa lies in China. But as soon as we cross the Greater Himalaya, the foothills of Trans-Himalaya also we shares as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. So in the northern section, in the Dibang Valley, we can see the Trans-Himalayas region, in the valley region. Okay, so that is there. Then near Namcha Barwa, it takes a sharp U-turn in the second syntaxial point, and then it enters as Siang or Dihang. Okay, both are the names of Dihang. It enters as Dihang, and then several tributaries drain into it. from various regions. For example, this is the original Brahmaputra, Siang is the original Brahmaputra, then Dibang or Sikang meets it, Lohit meets this, then in the southern section when you will see, Kopili meets it, Dhansari is also there, Dhansari is not written here, but this is Dhansari. Dhansari also meets it, and Dhansari is such a river that is found in both southern section as well as northern section. Okay, both this section, Dhansari is named. So in both north and south, there is one Dhansari. Okay, in Arunachal Pradesh also there is one Dhansari, in Assam also there is one Dhansari. This you should remember. Okay, so Dhansari is there, then Kameng is there, and another name for Kameng is, what is another name for Kameng river? Jia Bharali. Jia Bharali is the another name for Kameng. Okay, so that is there. And Kameng almost lies the western section of the rivers in Arunachal Pradesh. Then there is Manas River, and we have seen Manas River originating from Bhutan, coming towards India, then Brahmaputra, joins Brahmaputra. Tista is there, which is coming from Sikkim, and then as Brahmaputra river enters Bangladesh, what is its name? Padma. As it enters Bangladesh, it is known as Padma. Right? So up till here, we should know what all tributaries are there as far as Brahmaputra is concerned. So give one small subheading. Drainage system in this region. And in drainage system, we have to talk about the lakes as well. So if you see near Tawang region, near Sela, we have the Sela Lake, one of the highest lake as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. We have Sela Lake. Then further we have, if we talk about the major lakes, Sela Lake is there, then Sangetsar is there, that is also in Tawang, and then Ganga Lake is there near Itanagar. So these are some of the high altitude important lakes of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, high altitude lakes of Arunachal Pradesh. So let us write about Brahmaputra River. Brahmaputra River first, the drainage system. Write out. Brahmaputra originates at Chemyangdong Glacier, Chemyangdong Glacier near Lake Mansarovar, and it flows as Yarlung Sangpo towards the east. Yarlung Sangpo towards the east. Yarlung Sangpo towards the east. It takes a sharp U-turn. Near Namcha Barwa, and enters India as सियांग और दिहांग है, सियांग और दिहांग इंटर इंडिया है, सियांग और दिहांग. Then it is joined by several tributaries in both Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, as well as Sikkim. So what are tributaries are there? Draw like this. This is Siam or Dihang, the Brahmaputra that is entering. Then there is Dibang or Sikang. Both are same river, Dibang or Sikang. Then Lohit is there. Further, Kopili is there. Then in the northern section there is Subansiri. Then Dhansiri. Dhansiri can also be seen here. Dhansiri. In both north and south there is Dhansiri. Okay. And in many of the books this is not given. But where is it given? It is given in River Basin Atlas, which is released by ISRO. River Basin Atlas. Prepared by ISRO, released by the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay. This is prepared by ISRO. So this is there. So Dhansiri is there in both north and south. Then there is Kameng. Let me tell you, how many of you knew Kameng flow? You all might be knowing. Okay, that Kameng flows through Arunachal Pradesh, right? You knew about this river, all of you? Yes? In 2016, yeah, in 2016 or 17 again, I was telling you that lots of questions were there from this region. There was this question, which of the following, let me show you the question, then you will realize why it is important. And I will show you the difference also, that why I marked that question incorrect in the examinations. That also I will show you. Okay. Yes. This question was there, I think, 2016. This was my first attempt. Okay. This was my first attempt. And this is the question. Which of the following is a tributary or tributaries of Brahmaputra? I did my geography comparatively good. I had geography optional as well. With confidence, I marked Dibang and Lohit 1 and 3 as the answer. 1 and 3 was there, right? 1 and 3 as the answer. I confidently eliminated Kameng. Let me tell you the reason. The reason was this atlas. Okay, because in this atlas, and if I showed you my atlas, then my atlas also almost everything was highlighted, the important parts. Okay, from the classes, from the newspaper, or from wherever sources I was reading, whether it be NCERT, whether it be material, I highlighted all those places. When you see Orient Black Swan Atlas, Kameng is not given in Orient Black Swan Atlas. See, Kameng is not there. I think in Oxford it is there. Kameng is there in Oxford? Yeah. In Orient Black Swan, it is not there. Dibang is there. Lohit is there. So on this basis, I eliminated basically Kameng. But Kameng was there in NCR. In the examination hall, in fraction of second, if something comes into your mind, you will mark with confidence. Yeah, I remember the whole map. It was not there, so I confidently eliminated the calming. This was my first attempt, and this is how I missed 2 or 3 questions, which would have led me to clear this examination. In the first attempt itself. So this kind of silly mistakes I did. Why I did this kind of silly mistakes? Because in my first 2 attempts in 2016 and 17, I didn't practice PYQs and MCQs also. MCQs I used to practice in the test series only. The tests that used to happen, weekly tests that used to happen in that. That's why I'm again and again telling you practice PYQ, practice MCQ. Don't repeat those mistakes which I did during my preparation time period. When I realized it, by the time I reached my third attempt, that's how I cleared prelims in my third attempt. So that's why solve as many MCQs and PIQs as possible from wherever sources. Whichever coaching institute MCQs you get, try to solve, start solving them. Okay. Because that is also the fastest way of revision. Once you solve 10 MCQs, let's say only 2 you got correct, 8 things you will know for sure. The questions that you got incorrect. So you have to see the correct also, the incorrect also, read and revise it also. 10 questions hardly takes 20 minutes. And if you take the booklet and read for 20 minutes, you will hardly be able to go beyond 2 pages. Right? This happens. And that too, in majority of the time period, you will go blank. You will think about something else. The weather is good. Why not I am drinking tea? Why not I am eating something? What is this like? This kind of things. This kind of question might come. This is the importance of atlas. For suppose, for example, if it is not there in Orient Black Swan, Orient Black Swan, right here it says calming. Those who have Orient Black Swan, right here calming river, near Dafla Hills. It is near Dafla Hills, calming river in Oxford. See, yes, near Dafla Hills, mark calming river. Okay. So this is there. Then further highlight calming you have already marked. Then highlight Manas is there. Manas is there, and now we are coming out of Arunachal Pradesh. So Manas enters into India near Assam Bhutan border. In Bhutan it is Royal Manas. In Assam it is Manas. And another one before it enters Bangladesh, another one is there, that is Teesta. And Teesta originates in Sikkim Himalayas. Okay. So this is there as far as Kameng River is, the overall rivers are concerned. This is the thing with the drainage system. And another name for Kameng is right here itself. Another name for Kameng is Jia Bharali. Jia Bharali. Okay. So this is in West Kameng, East Kameng district. And out of this, which is the largest tributary of Brahmaputra? Largest means most voluminous. Subansiri. Subansiri is the largest. Write down. Subansiri is the largest tributary of Brahmaputra. Subansiri is the largest tributary of Brahmaputra. So this is there. So this is the drainage system. And one thing which I missed during the drainage system, that is, as far as we have talked about ports. Remember ports we marked. We also drew the map. We remember names of all the ports, major ports. How many of you remember names of all the ports that we have marked? How many major ports are there? Total? Both total announced one, not the active one, because 2 are newly announced. Right? How many ports do you remember? 14? 14. Total major ports are 14 major ports. So we have talked about ports as the uh, waterway, waterway system or water transport system. There is another way of transport system that is inland water. Inland water. Inland waterway is basically based upon the riverine system. So there are, as per National Waterway Act of 2016, which was amended later, as per this act, there are around 111 national waterways, the new one. Prior to that, only six waterways were there. Six national waterways were there. NW6 total, NW1 to NW6, in which the national waterway one is in Ganga. Okay, from Allahabad to Haldia is the national waterway one. The national waterway two is in Brahma. Okay, Sadia to Dhubri is the national waterway two. So right now, national waterway two. National waterway two is in Brahmaputra. Is in Brahmaputra, connecting Sadia to Dhubri. Sadia to Dhubri. Okay, so this is there. And when you will read NCRT, you will read about all the six national waterways, NW1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many do you think is there in northeastern India? Out of these six, one we have already eliminated. The first one was in Ganga. Second is there. Another one is there. NW6 is also in northeast India, which is in Barak River. And it is not totally functional. Few section is yet to be built. Okay, Barak River. So right after that, NW6, NW6 National Waterway 6 is also in Northeast India. Is also in Northeast India. That is Barak River. That is Barak River. Barak River. Because of because of Brahmaputra and its tributary, Brahmaputra and its tributary, and relief feature, and relief feature, relief feature, orthography, and relief feature. Arunachal Pradesh has huge hydroelectric potential, huge hydroelectric potential. But it lies in, but it lies in high seismic zone. It lies in high seismic zone. And we have seen that what can happen because of dam failure, right? The flood that came 1 week ago in Kipena, in key district. Why that happened? Because of the dam failure. Right? So because of dam failure, there can be flood-like situation in the lower river. Because of dam failure, because of dam failure, there can be flood situation in the lower riparian. Lower riparian means downstream region. Lower riparian, RIPARIN, lower riparian regions. Lower riparian regions. Then change paragraph. Along with this, several lakes like Sela Lake, Ganga Lake, then we have Tawang Lake as well. Tawang Lake, Ganga Lake is in Itanagar. Then we have Parshuram Kund. Parshuram Kund. This is the pilgrimage site, right? Parshuram Kund. How many of you have been to this place, Parshuram Kund? Which district this is? Lohit. This is in Lohit district, nearby Lohit. Lohit district. Parshuram Kund is there. Sela and Tawang is in Tawang district. Okay, so several lakes are also there as far as this is concerned. Then further, we have written about, I think, passes. When we were writing passes, did we write about the passes that are there in Northeast India? All the passes have been mentioned in Himalayan region? No? No? So let's write about the passes as well. Let's write the passes. Because from passes there is very high probability of questions. They have asked questions from passes. So it becomes very, very important. Write down. First of all, passes in Arunachal Pradesh. Right now, passes in Arunachal Pradesh. And then we will write about the passes in Sikkim. The passes in Arunachal Pradesh, we have to write, first write Bumla, Bumla in Tawang, Bumla in Tawang. Then Sela again in Tawang, Sela in Tawang. 12 kilometer. Here itself you can write 12 kilometer long. 12 kilometer long tunnel and road link. Tunnel and road. Tunnel and link road. Tunnel and link road has been inaugurated recently. That is Sela Tunnel. Sela Tunnel. Then we have Bomdila. Bomdila. Connects Tawang with Assam. Connects Tawang with Assam. Bomdila. Then Difu Pass. Difu Pass. Difu. DIPHU. Difu Pass. It is at the tri-junction of. It is at the tri-junction of India, China, and Myanmar. India, China, and Myanmar. And then we have Pangsau Pass. Pangsau Pass. connects Changlang to Myanmar. Known for known for Stillwell Road. Stillwell Stillwell Road. In bracket you can write World War II. Stillwell Road. Bracket World War II. So this is there as far as the passes are concerned. Then let's write about the climatic type. Climatic types. Climatic type, forest, and biodiversity. Climatic type, forest, and biodiversity. So, you remember open classification? In Northeast India, which three open classification is found? CWG, which one? DFC, third one, towards the southern section, Mizoram and Tripura, moist deciduous type, AW. AW is also found. Okay. So from open classification point of view, in Arunachal Pradesh, if we have to see, then we have DFC and CWG. DFC and CWG. Otherwise, whole of Northeast, if we say, AW is also there, right? So, first of all, right, in Arunachal Pradesh, almost all types of climatic zones are found. Almost all the types of climatic zones are found, ranging from tropical to tundra, because of altitudinal variation, ranging from tropical to tundra. T1DRA, tundra. Tundra type of climate is basically synonymous with polar type of climate, right? Tundra type. So from tropical to tundra, because of altitudinal variation. Because of altitudinal variation. Then further write down. In the Northeast India, as per Köppen classification, Köppen climatic classification or Köppen classification, there can be, there is three types of zones: DFC, CWG, and AW. DFC, CWG, and AW. With CWG covering the largest area. With CWG covering the largest area. So out of these three, two are found in Arunachal Pradesh. That is DFC and CWG. DFC and CWG. Okay. In material, if you will read, there is a slight mistake in this part related to open classification. So in material, there is a mistake. So whenever you read the material, always rely on this because we have seen the image as far as and as per NCERT also, this is the climatic type that we find in Northeast India. Okay? So this is there. Further write down because of such climate. What? This is capital W, small g. C is capital, W is capital, G is small. Here small w is there. In AW, this is small w, but in CWG, C and W is capital. So this is there in CW. No. W is also small. W is also small. Because the capital ones are A, B, C, D, E, and H. These are the ones. So that is a small w. CWG also, that is a small w. Small w is there. Which one? Hot area. Hot area. Desert is basically BWHW. We have written hot desert we have seen BWHW. Nearby that we have also seen semi-arid region that is BSHW. Right? So in India the hot desert is BWHW. So here you have to write in open classification it is CWG in which C is capital, W and G is small. CWG. This is Gangetic type of climate. And this is unique. Nowhere else it is found in the world. Gangetic type of climate as per open classification. Nowhere else he has given this classification. So this Gangetic type of classification is there in India only. So this is there. Further item. Because of climatic variation, huge variation in terms of vegetation is also there. Huge variation in terms of vegetation is also there. That is tropical evergreen. That is from tropical evergreen to mountain type of forest. Mountain or alpine. Mountain or alpine type of forest. And if we have to write here itself that sentence, in Namdapha National Park, that is in Changla district. So in Namdapha National Park, almost all types of vegetation, because of altitudinal variation, can be found. Because of altitudinal variation can be found. And here you can write UPSC PYQ. This was UPSC PYQ and has been asked in APPCS as well. This becomes important. Further write down. This is the largest national park of Arunachal Pradesh. Largest national park of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. You can write the district as well. This is in Changlang district, eastern side. Largest national park of Arunachal Pradesh. All four big cats, or four big cats, four big cat species, four big cat species is found here. That is tiger, tiger, snow leopard, snow leopard, clouded leopard, clouded leopard, and normal leopard. Clouded leopard and leopard. All of them are found in Namdapha National Park and Tiger Reserve. So both National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary. So this is there as far as Namdapha is concerned. Then further add on. One of the 18 biosphere reserve. One of the 18 biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve. That is Dihang Dibang. Dihang Dibang Biosphere Reserve is found here. Dihang Dibang Biosphere Reserve is found here. Dihang Dibang Biosphere Reserve. And if you see, there is one map, forest and wildlife map in Atlas. Open that. Open that. This map is there. In Oxford also, forest map is separately given. Is it given? So now, let's highlight the biosphere reserve. So this is Dihang Dibang. Dihang Dibang Biosphere Reserve. Dihang Dibang. Highlight all of them. Highlight Dihang Dibang, Namdapha, Namdapha, and Pakhui. Pakhui is basically Pakke. Pakke, Pakhui. Okay, so this is there. Then highlight Dibru Saikhowa. This is in Assam. Dibru Saikhowa is in Assam. Dibru Saikhowa is in Assam Biosphere Reserve again. Then there is, towards this section, come to Sundarbans. Sundarbans. Highlight this. Then in Odisha we have Simlipal. This is also Biosphere Reserve, Simlipal. Simlipal. Then in MP Chhattisgarh border there is Achanak Marg, Amarkantak. MP Chhattisgarh border. And which river originates from Amarkantak and flows towards the west? Narmada. So from Amarkantak, Narmada originates and flows towards the west. One more river originates and flows towards the north and joins Ganga in Patna. Near Patna. Which river joins Ganga near Patna? Son River. Son River. Okay. So that is there. Son River is there. Okay. So Achanak Marg, Amarkantak, this is also a biosphere reserve. Then highlight Panchmadi. Panchmadi in MP, southern MP, Panchmadi. This is also a biosphere reserve, Panchmadi. Panchmadi. Can you see Panchmadi? Then come towards southern section. Highlight Nilgiri. Nilgiri at the tri-junction of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. Nilgiri. What is the significance of Nilgiri? Western Ghats meets Eastern Ghats at Nilgiri. Okay. At Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, at Nilgiri Hills, it meets. Then highlight Agastyamalai Biosphere Reserve, and also south of it, the only marine biosphere reserve of India, Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Mannar. The only marine biosphere reserve of India is Gulf of Mannar. Okay. Then come towards the northern section. Highlight Nanda Devi. This is also a biosphere reserve. Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi. Then towards the east, highlight Kanchenjunga. Highlight Kanchenjunga. And the significance of Kanchenjunga is this is the highest biosphere reserve. First of all, it is the only, right here it's only mixed heritage site of India. Only mixed, MIXED, only mixed heritage site of India. That is both cultural and natural heritage. Natural heritage, biosphere reserve, and cultural heritage. Okay. So only mixed heritage site of India. Biosphere reserve. Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga. Okay. Remember this. Kanchenjunga. Done? Then further, from biosphere point of view, biosphere and wildlife sanctuary point of view, in Arunachal Pradesh, write all this down. National parks, write down Moling National Park and Namdapha we have already written. Apart from it, highlight Moling National Park, Moling National Park. Then wildlife sanctuary, if we see, highlight, write all this wildlife sanctuary, Pakke or Pakui Tiger Reserve, and you will read about the difference as far as wildlife sanctuaries and national park is concerned. What is the difference between national park and wildlife sanctuary? Anybody knows? Area, it can be seen. In terms of area, it can be seen. Wildlife sanctuary is okay. And what about national park? Both are in situ. Both are in situ. In national park or in wildlife sanctuary? Huh? Not sure. In wildlife sanctuary, in terms of wildlife, both flora and fauna are reserved. In national park also, both flora and fauna are reserved. More strict. This is one difference. It is the most strictest form of protection happens in national park. Okay. Wildlife sanctuary, slightly less restriction is there in terms of wildlife sanctuary. That is there. One difference. Another difference is, if you see national parks, this is habitat specific. That is, the whole habitat is protected in case of national park. Wildlife sanctuary is species specific. Focus is on species. For example, when we are saying tiger sanctuary, our focus is on tiger and its prey base. When we are saying orchid, sesa orchid, let's say, our focus is on saving the orchids. When we are saying, let's say, eagle nest, then our focus is on particular species. So in case of wildlife sanctuaries, our focus is on wildlife species. In case of national park, our focus is on habitat, full habitat. So the highest level of protection is given in case of national parks. Slightly less than that is given in case of wildlife sanctuaries. Both can be there in same area. Okay, both can be there in same area. For example, Namdapha is both national park and wildlife sanctuary. Namdapha is national park also and tiger reserve also. Okay, so that you should remember. That you will read definitely in environment, because this is part of and through which act we designate wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And remember, I was telling you that Indira Gandhi came through one conference. Which conference? Yesterday we marked the capital city. I told you this small story that when she came from there, suddenly hunting was stopped, everything, all those things. Remember? Which city was there in Scandinavian region? What is the capital of Sweden? Capital of Sweden, starting from S only. Stockholm. Stockholm Conference. So after that, it was Wildlife Protection Act. Okay. So all these things are interlinked. So write all this down. Wildlife sanctuaries, Pakke Pakui, Eagle Nest, Dibang, Sasa Orchard, and Mihao. And Mihao. These are the wildlife sanctuaries. Biosphere Reserve, we have already written. About Biosphere Reserve, we have already written. Yeah? So these are the important protected area networks. Combinedly, we call them protected area networks. Okay, these are protected area networks. Then, if we see the state animal, state bird, state flower, state tree, write this down. You know about this, but still write down. For example, do you know the scientific name of state flower? Foxtail. Yes. No. That's why I write down. First, write down state animal. Mithun. Bullock gibbon is not a state animal. State animal is Mithun, right? Bullock gibbon is found only in Arunachal Pradesh. That is there. But state animal is Mithun only. Where is it written? Is there any confusion related to Bullock gibbon and Mithun? Yeah. Let us check then in the state's official site, because wherever I have checked, Mithun is given as a state animal. Although one thing about Bullock gibbon is it is found only. This is the state code. Huh? Okay, now it is Mithun. Because Bullock gibbon is found in Arunachal only. Let's check. The best way to check this kind of here itself you can see this 28 districts are there as per the state side, right? This is the area that is given. They're not given about. I think it has not been updated yet. Because I checked several sites, there it was given. Yeah. Oh, inside Bullock gibbon is there. So let's change it. Let's change it. Bullock gibbon. Right. Bullock gibbon is the Bullock gibbon is the state animal. State animal, not method. Bullock gibbon. Method is. No, method is not the I think it's a state animal. Let me check. Nagaland also. Then write the state bird also. State bird, hornbill. Hornbill is the state bird of Nagaland, but I'm not sure whether uh, Mithun is there or not. They have been asked. That's why you should know at least of Arunachal Pradesh. They've asked this kind of question in the past, so that's why it becomes important, particularly of our state, Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Rest we can leave, but here we have to be particular. They can ask question related to that. So write down. I think okay, Mithun is the state animal. As per AI, it is the state animal. Cattle of the North. So you can cross check, but yeah, Mithun is the state capital of Nagal. So right there, Mithun is the state animal of Nagal. Mithun is the state capital of Nagaland. Of Arunachal Pradesh, it is Full of Gibbon. Full of Gibbon. So this mistake is there in the material. Okay. So you have to correct it. You have to correct it. So Mithun is the state animal of Nagaland, and Bullock Gibbon is the state animal of Arunachal Pradesh. Bullock Gibbon. Then Hornbill we have already written. State bird. Then foxtail. Foxtail, state flower. Foxtail is the state flower, and its scientific name is Rhinco stylis. Sorry, write down the name. Rhinco stylis. Rhinco stylis is the scientific name, and Holong is the state tree. Holong is the state tree. State tree is Holong. Then write one sentence. Out of the 4 biosphere reserves, oh sorry, biodiversity hotspot. Out of the 4 biodiversity hotspot of India, 2 are found in Arunachal Pradesh. Which one? One is Eastern Himalaya, second is Indo-Burma. Okay. One is Eastern Himalaya, second is Indo-Burma. So this is biodiversity hotspot, and we have seen the definition of biodiversity hotspot. Remember the definition? This will also again come in environment. Out of the 4, 2 are there. One is Eastern Himalaya. That's why huge biodiversity is there in Eastern Himalaya. Second is Indo-Burma. Indo-Burma. So these 2 are there. As far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. Then, from agriculture perspective, we have to see. From agricultural perspective or economic perspective, then what is the significance of Arunachal Pradesh in terms of agriculture? Which all crops? First of all, because of huge forest, we have bamboo plantation. Bamboo is a minor forest produce. So write down bamboo. Bamboo is collected as major forest produce. Minor forest produce, not major. Minor forest produce. And you know the reason? Because of huge forest. Also, in this region, in whole of Northeast basically, we practice shifting cultivation. This is a type of agriculture, shifting cultivation. What is shifting cultivation? If suppose this is a forest land, right? Then what we do? We clear the forest, we burn the forest. This is also known as slash and burn agriculture. Slash and burn. That is, first we clear, then we burn. In that process, what happens? The land becomes fertile. And then we can grow, and small patches are there, not the whole forest. Very small patches are cleared and burned. For example, out of the let's say 50-60 acres of forest land, only 1 acre is cleared and burned, and then agriculture is practiced there. So that is shifting cultivation, which remains fertile for 2 to 3 years, for a maximum of 5 years. After that, next patch of land is cleared. Okay, so that's why it is termed as shifting cultivation. That is, the agricultural land doesn't remain permanent in that particular region. Okay, it is shifting. The cultivation is shifting because of the fertility that remains for 3 to 4 years and for a maximum period of 5 years. This is known as zooming or zoom cultivation. So this is also practiced. Zooming is also practiced in the forested regions. So right now, shifting cultivation is practiced in Northeast India, in which a patch of forest is cleared and burned. Patch of forest is cleared and burned. Cleared and burned. Hence, it is also known as slash and burn cultivation. Hence, it is also known as slash and burn cultivation. In Northeast India, it is known as zoom cultivation. Another name for this is shifting cultivation is zoom cultivation. Zoom cultivation. So this is there as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned, major part. And rest of the things, that is the political aspect, the governor, chief minister, etc. Also you need to prepare. That is to be covered in polity. Environment, almost geography and environment we have covered so far. Right? Majority of the things, majority of the species that we have to know, tributaries that we know, that we have covered. So let us take a break, and then we will cover the rest of the Northeast India. Okay, rest of the states, because elimination based question have been asked in, or matching based question has been asked. Okay. So when you will read the material, there you will see lots of PYQs are given, lots of practice questions are given. So that also you need to practice. Okay. So let's take a break of half an hour.